Did a crime happen if it wasn't reported?
Sure. Yeah.
Because you're saying like not because you're saying that like, well, we don't know what these things are
Hmm.
because nobody's telling us what they are. I'm like, dude, there's so many people telling us what they are. Just it's not publicly shown.
Hmm.
All like it's not being covered. But you have like high credentialed military people and you have documents and you have like witnesses. Like how how could this like it is being reported on just not through main channels, right? So what I'm saying is like did a crime actually happen if it's not reported in the mainstream media?
Yeah.
Did it? It did, right?
Mm.
And I'm my analogy to this is like Tara's dad's a criminal lawyer, right? So there's a lot of crimes that don't make it onto TV,
Hmm.
but they're being reported and he's actually working on them.
Hmm.
So like it's like why can't we use that same train of thought for this thing? Like I'm literally seeing like all these people come forward with high credentials being like, yeah, this is happening.
Hmm.
There's one dude who's like, he said it so plainly. He was at some convention, and then like, thankfully, the American Alchemy guy, Jesse Michaels, he had him on a little podcast thing, like a little documentary thing. That guy literally was like, he's so credentialed, and he's like, I just want to make it clear that NHI are real. They've been interacting with humanity for a long time now. This is nothing new. We're not shocked. We all know about this.
Hmm.
He said it like so, you know? And then that's where I got the thing about if you tell, he's like, it's not that that NHI would be a mind blow to civilization. It's the fact that we could revert ourselves just like the Bronze Age. We could have a civilization collapse because of this. Not because of like the existential, like, oh my God,
Sure.
aliens are real, but like literally the stock market.
Hmm.
Because you're like, okay, what does that mean in terms of tech? What does that mean in terms of like laws and like borders on Earth? You know what I mean?
Sure.
He's like, that's really what the issue is.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I get that. So what do you think about that? Because
Yeah.
you're like, but it's not being reported on.
No,
Like,
no,
do we
no.
discredit that guy? Like, what?
Mm, no, I don't think in that sense. Yeah, sure. These things could have big impacts on our current
No, no. I mean, like, do
systems.
we discredit him saying that there's NHI, non-human intelligence, and there are crafts, and then like, there's reverse engineering programs. There's like um, craft retrieval programs. Do we discredit that because it's not in CNN?
No, that's not what I'm
You know,
saying. Yeah, no.
no, no, right. But
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, it's not being reported on. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, it's being reported on all the time. We're just not like, it's just not in the mainstream.
Hmm.
So like, can we can we get past the fact that this is happening? Like I mean, like, can we just accept the fact that this is happening?
Sure.
So it's real,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So it doesn't need to be reported on. And it's like there. Okay, so there's no doubt in your mind that aliens are real.
I don't know.
Wow, but like what? But you just use the train of thought. It's like, dude, they're all saying it. We have
No,
like
I'm just saying
crafts,
I don't know because I haven't seen it myself. There are people saying about it, but I don't know what that
but
means.
you
Right?
also haven't seen like the crime. Like that's why I asked you the crime thing. It's like you didn't see the crime happen, but he's working on like the crime.
Hmm.
So is it real? You're like, yeah, it's real because you work on it. But like you didn't see it. But the all these people are like, we're working on it.
Hmm.
So it's like, what is that little piece of doubt in your mind that there's some lie still? Basically, what I'm trying to do here is like you are like the everyman, okay?
Sure.
And like, but you're an open everyman. You're like an open you're an open skeptic. I haven't
Yeah.
looked at it. I haven't blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to tell you that. And if I like, you have a more open mind than most people, but you're still reluctant to this one. And I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. What is the reluctance? That's what I'm trying to like see. How much logic can I put in this to make you be like, yeah, they're real?
Hmm.
Like, well, what is the thing there? because whatever it is, it's like compounded regular people.
Sure.
Like Tara's like, I don't even like. She's like, yeah, they're real, but like I don't care.
Hmm.
Like, don't tell me about it until I'm like face to face with it. And I get that part.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering what's like your hesitation of being like, yeah, aliens are real. They're interacting with humans. There's these programs. Blah blah blah.
Mm,
Like, what's the sticking point? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, whatever the videos I've seen, and like
No,
whenever
it's not.
the
It's not. But all right, all right.
no, no, I'm just saying,
Not,
like, even with the people that talk, at least the clips that I've seen, I haven't watched all of the stuff, right?
okay.
Whenever they're asked, did you personally see them? They're like, no.
But I have like there are podcasts of people that are like, yeah, I worked on the program. Yeah, I saw this directly. Like
Yeah,
there
that's what I'm
are
saying. You're
people,
watching the other stuff, but I'm watching the ones that are in that Congress one. They're saying they haven't seen it personally, right?
right? Because they can't. All right. So basically, all these people have been threatened to like the highest secrecy of like jail or death, right? If you spill the beans on this. And those people they're trying to get more of those people to come forward and talk about these things.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much fear and apprehension and threat to their lives that they just don't want to do it. It's too much heat, right? So these people are the ones in charge of the program that spoke to those people and they're reporting on it.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you said, "Oh, I heard this person," it's like, but their job was literally just to report. They were speaking with all these witnesses,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, the evidence is so overwhelming that we know that it's real. And like those people that in the
Sure.
Congress,
Okay.
and they're like, we know that this is happening. I know the exact bases. I know the exact people. I will give you all of that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if we go into a skiff. And then that's kind of what the documentary goes into, like, because at the Congress hearing, they're like, well, they're supposed to tell us all the things. But then all of a sudden, like, clearances got pulled. And then they're like, no, you can't speak to this person. No, you need more paperwork. And they're just like, bro, I just want to tell you, what
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah. Right.
right? So just think of it like the nuclear bomb, like that level of like compartmentalization and
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
level of
Sure.
like,
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon's character.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was like
Mm-hmm.
the military dude. So like they're trying to do their best to whistleblow on this without going to jail. And then you have Stephen Greer who has like videos, footage, photos, like direct witnesses that have like, I worked on this, I've interacted with this. So it's like yes, you're leaning on the congressional hearing, but what about all those other people that are highly credentialed, corroborated? They're telling you that this is real.
How come they weren't
What's the
there at the
apprehension?
congressional hearing?
No, I told you because they need to be subpoenaed. They're trying to subpoena these people now. Like, so those congressional people went forward as like, I will testify on this behalf. So they're taking the heat. So
Mm-hmm.
what the next hearing is, the third hearing, is they're trying to use the law to subpoena these people to go in and speak about these things.
Mm-hmm.
Although there was other hearings, which is crazy. Like they didn't even publicize it, but you can listen in Sean Ryan's podcast. He has people that testified, but it wasn't televised. And then Sean Ryan's like, let me get your testimony on this podcast so we can get out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave the same testimony that they gave to Congress to the rest of the world. But in their testimony is crazy. Like that's when they're talking about like human trafficking, drug trafficking. These are military people that like we encountered a unit that was flying a UFO vehicle. Military people came out, like,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
they didn't bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that you saw are all the people that are willing to come forward and like speak and take the heat.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next step is to like subpoena people and make them speak.
Right.
That's why he wanted to go into the skiff, but then they were like stopping him. Whoever's in charge of this legacy program was stopping him from going in the skiff so that they couldn't subpoena those people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that? Like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, like that's the only way. How do we find out what's fact, right? What's true?
but
Because
if you have so many people,
no, I
right?
like the one that someone, I think on Sean Ryan thing, and then like a person that was supposed to be part of his team. So like that wasn't true.
Real or is it Reddit? Like, who said that? Like, where did you read that?
Um, the audio of the guy who was supposed to be the commander or something of that person,
So,
soldier.
so you, okay. So,
So
all
I'm
right,
like,
sure.
now it's
That's one.
hearsay.
Sure, sure,
All of a
no, no,
sudden,
no. But like, okay,
right?
okay, right. But like, wouldn't you think that if there was some legacy program and they threatened you, you'd be like, dude, just say it's not real? Because there's no like, you're not, you can't perjure yourself just by making that statement. You could say any statement you want,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that's why they want to be like, they want to subpoena people. So it's like, okay, you're going to perjure yourself if you lie
Yeah.
under
So
oath.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
Right, totally. But it's like these are all the next steps. But all of these people out. Okay, you know what's a better question? If there's nothing there, then wouldn't we just not care and just be like, yeah, sure, show them all the stuff? Like, if there's no there, like if there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing there, then why are you drawing so much attention to be like, let's hide what's there?